Toxic love patterns you need to break. Check timestamps for your zodiac sign. Aries. Aries, you need to stop getting emotionally attached to people who aren't sure about what they want or how they feel about you. You have a bold and fearless heart, Aries, and when you love intensely. But one of the biggest challenges you face in relationships is investing your time and emotions into people who send mixed signals or leave you feeling uncertain about where you stand. You crave excitement, passion, and a sense of adventure, which often leads you to chase after connections that are filled with mystery. While that might seem thrilling at first, it can quickly turn into a frustrating cycle of confusion, self-doubt, and insecurity. Instead of seeking out the rush of the unknown, focus on finding someone who brings you stability, clarity, and unwavering devotion. You deserve a partner who is straightforward about their feelings, honest about their intentions, and completely sure about wanting to be with you. Love should be an adventure, yes, but it should never feel like a guessing game that leaves you questioning your worth. Taurus. There's nothing more that you desire than that one person who will be your partner in everything and with whom you can create the life you've always envisioned. Taurus, you are the definition of loyalty, dedication, and unwavering commitment when it comes to love. When you find someone you care about, you give them your all, going to great lengths to nurture the relationship and ensure it thrives. But the toxic pattern you need to break is sacrificing too much of yourself for love, going to extremes just to make things work, even when the effort isn't mutual. True love should feel secure, fulfilling, and balanced. It should never leave you feeling exhausted, undervalued, or as if you're carrying the relationship entirely on your own. Love isn't meant to be an uphill battle where you're the only one fighting to keep things together. The right person will meet you halfway, match your energy, and put in just as much effort as you do. Instead of pouring your love into someone who takes you for granted, save it for the one who cherishes you without hesitation. Gemini. You move too fast when it comes to romance, Gemini. Your enthusiasm for life is unmatched, and when you find someone who sparks your interest, you throw yourself into the excitement of the connection. However, you have a tendency to let your emotions run ahead of you, rushing into relationships without fully considering whether they are built to last. You get caught up in the thrill of the newness, only to realize later that the foundation wasn't strong enough to sustain the relationship. As soon as the initial excitement fades, you often find yourself losing interest or discovering incompatibilities you didn't notice before. Instead of jumping headfirst into love, take a step back. Give yourself time to truly understand the person you're with. Learn about how you communicate, whether your values align, and what you both want out of life. Strong relationships aren't built overnight. They are cultivated through friendship, trust, and genuine connection. By pacing yourself and focusing on depth rather than speed, you'll find a love that's worth holding on to. Cancer. You're so eager to build a home with someone that you have a tendency of overlooking certain red flags. Cancer, your heart is full of love, and you long for a connection that feels safe, nurturing, and deeply fulfilling. You're a natural giver, always ready to pour your emotions into a relationship and build a future with the person you adore. But in your eagerness to find the one, you sometimes overlook warning signs that indicate a relationship may not be as stable or fulfilling as you hope. You have a pattern of choosing partners who are emotionally unavailable, distant, or unable to meet your deep emotional needs, leaving you feeling unappreciated, misunderstood, and alone within the relationship. The truth is, love should never feel like a one-sided effort. You deserve someone who is just as invested in you as you are in them, someone who prioritizes you, nurtures the connection, and makes you feel valued every single day. A relationship should be mutually fulfilling, built on trust, passion, and emotional security. Never settle for a love that leaves you questioning whether you are truly seen or cherished. Leo. Your toxic love pattern is resisting change. Leo, you have a tendency to cling to old habits, emotional patterns, or past wounds that hold you back from experiencing true love and happiness. Whether it's an unresolved heartbreak, a toxic cycle you keep repeating, or an outdated belief about love, something within you is preventing growth. You're strong-willed and passionate, but sometimes that strength makes you resistant to change, even when change is exactly what you need. Love should be expansive, yet you may be unintentionally boxing yourself into relationships that no longer serve you simply because they feel familiar. What are you afraid of letting go of, Leo? What emotional baggage are you carrying that keeps you from fully embracing a new and better love? You deserve a relationship that is vibrant, fulfilling, and emotionally rich. But in order to build something truly beautiful, you must be willing to release the past. Let go of what no longer serves you, and step boldly into the love that is waiting for you on the other side of transformation. Virgo, there's a past pain in your life that keeps you from opening up. Virgo, you are thoughtful, analytical, and incredibly self-sufficient. But beneath your composed exterior lies a wound you've never truly allowed yourself to heal from. Whether it's a betrayal, a heartbreak, or a painful loss, you buried it so deep that it became part of your identity. Instead of allowing yourself to grieve, you compartmentalized your pain, convincing yourself that you didn't need to acknowledge it to move forward. But suppressing your emotions has only made it harder for you to fully open up to love. This is the toxic pattern you need to break, letting your past dictate your future. You deserve a love that is safe, supportive, and deeply fulfilling, but you won't be able to recognize it until you stop letting past wounds control your story. Take back your power, Virgo. Allow yourself to process your emotions and embrace vulnerability. Love isn't about perfection. It's about connection, trust, and allowing yourself to be truly seen. You will never let the right person in until you release the chains of your past and step into the love you truly deserve. Libra, your toxic love pattern is going for people who take you and your relationship for granted. Libra, you are the embodiment of romance, harmony, and partnership, but you have a toxic habit of choosing partners who fail to give you the love you so selflessly give to them. You find yourself in relationships where you feel undervalued, neglected, and emotionally drained. In an attempt to maintain peace, you become overly agreeable, sacrificing parts of yourself to keep your partner happy, even when they fail to meet your emotional needs or give you the love you truly deserve. You rationalize their mistreatment because you believe in balance and you long for a harmonious relationship, but the truth is, the kind of people you keep choosing are never going to give you that. Love should never feel one-sided. You deserve a relationship where your needs are not just heard, but prioritized. Run at the first sign of a red flag, Libra. Reframe your past pain as a lesson, not a life sentence. Stop chasing harmony at the expense of your happiness, and start demanding the genuine, reciprocal love you deserve. Scorpio, you stay in relationships well past their expiration date, even when it feels like something is missing. Scorpio, your loyalty runs deep, and when you love with intensity, devotion, and unwavering commitment. But this dedication often makes it difficult for you to recognize when a relationship is no longer serving you. You hold on, believing that if you just try harder, if you just give more, you can fix what's broken. You tell yourself that love requires effort, and while that's true, it should never feel like a constant uphill battle. More time is spent fixing the relationship than actually enjoying it, and yet, you stay. You fear letting go because stability and emotional security mean everything to you. But staying in a situation that lacks passion, trust, or fulfillment isn't true stability. It's stagnation. You deserve more, Scorpio. You deserve to be with someone who loves you with the same intensity, loyalty, and depth that you bring to the table. Stop trying to fit pieces together that don't align. Let go of what is no longer fulfilling, and make space for the kind of love that will truly set your soul on fire. Sagittarius, you let the other person put in all the effort while you constantly neglect the relationship. Sagittarius, you thrive on freedom, adventure, and excitement. But when it comes to love, you often struggle with fully investing in a relationship. You fear that commitment will limit your independence, and as a result, you keep one foot out the door, always wondering if there's something better waiting for you elsewhere. While your partner puts in the effort to show you love, loyalty, and dedication, you often remain emotionally distant, hesitant to give the same energy in return. Once the initial thrill of a relationship fades, you begin to panic, chasing after newness and excitement rather than nurturing the depth of what you already have. If you're not careful, Sagittarius, you may one day look back and regret taking someone special for granted. Love is about more than just adventure and mystery. It's about trust, stability, and finding joy in the little things, not just the grand moments. Devoting yourself to someone doesn't mean losing yourself or sacrificing your independence. The right partner will encourage you to explore the world, grow, and evolve, not hold you back. Instead of always searching for something more, consider whether the love you've been looking for has been there all along. Capricorn, you let your fear and anxiety get in the way when it comes to love. Capricorn, you approach life with logic, discipline, and caution, and while this serves you well in many areas, it often creates barriers when it comes to love. You tend to overthink, overanalyze, and second-guess your emotions to the point that you talk yourself out of love before it even has a chance to grow. You fear making mistakes, so you convince yourself that it's safer to keep your guard up rather than take a risk on something uncertain. Much of this hesitation stems from past wounds, betrayals, disappointments, and heartbreaks that you haven't fully processed. Instead of seeing each new relationship as a fresh start, you project the failures of past partners onto new ones, becoming skeptical, mistrustful, and closed off. But love requires vulnerability. Until you confront your past pain and recognize that not everyone will hurt you the same way, you'll never fully allow yourself to experience the kind of deep, meaningful love you truly desire. Take a chance, Capricorn. Let yourself trust, let yourself feel, and stop letting your fears dictate your future. Aquarius. The toxic love pattern you need to break is your failure to share your burdens with your partner. Aquarius, you are fiercely independent and pride yourself on being self-sufficient, but when it comes to relationships, this can sometimes work against you. You struggle with opening up and allowing others to support you emotionally, fearing that doing so will make you weak or overly dependent. You've built walls around yourself, believing that needing help or leaning on your partner will take away from your autonomy, when in reality, this mindset is only keeping you emotionally disconnected. Love isn't about proving how strong you are on your own. It's about partnership, trust, and mutual support. Your partner wants to be there for you, but when you keep shutting them out, they begin to feel like a spectator in your life rather than an active participant. Refusing to be vulnerable isn't protecting you, it's isolating you. True love means allowing someone to see you in your most unguarded moments, knowing that they will hold space for you rather than weigh you down. If you continue refusing to let your partner be your partner, it could lead to unspoken resentment and emotional distance that eventually deteriorates the relationship. Let love in, Aquarius. It doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. Pisces. You need to stop betting it all on people who are hesitant about you. Pisces, you are one of the most loving, compassionate, and deeply romantic signs of the zodiac, but your biggest flaw in love is giving too much to the wrong people. You see the best in everyone, even when they don't deserve it, and you pour your heart into relationships where the love is one-sided. You constantly make sacrifices, trying to prove your devotion, hoping that one day they'll appreciate you the way you long to be loved. But love should never feel like a constant effort to prove your worth. There tends to be an unequal power dynamic in your relationships, where you are the giver and the other person just takes without reciprocation. They take your kindness, your patience, and your selflessness for granted, knowing that you'll always be there no matter what. But this isn't the kind of love you want or deserve. You dream of a profound, soul-deep love, one that is filled with mutual admiration and unquestionable commitment. The right person will never make you guess where you stand. It's time to stop settling for people who hesitate about you and start demanding the pure, deep, and unwavering love you've always imagined. Thank you for watching the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments box. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.